I struggle with it. Every day I get up, I annoy the shit out of my girlfriend. Babe, am I looking big today? Dude. I have body dysmorphia.
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 Did you know that up to 40% of men have low testosterone? Low T can cause things like more fat, less muscle, low energy, and lower sex drive. And that's where FountainTRT comes in. Fountain offers fast and convenient at-home testosterone treatment. You start by getting labs and then video chat with a medical provider on your phone. If appropriate, treatment can be sent right to your doorstep so that you can get back to feeling your best self with the benefits of healthy testosterone levels, like increased muscle, less fat, more energy, and higher sex drive. In fact, Fountain offers personalized TRT kits, customized based on your unique symptom profile, lab results, and health goals. This can include topical creams, injections, and even oral medications. And that's why we have one of the highest ratings on Trustpilot. And we've evaluated over 20,000 men from all over the country. Go to fountain.net/YouTube to learn more today.
Inferior. Narrow clavicles. I'm sure you guys have seen it before, you especially. I'm never gonna look overly wide the way I want to, the way someone like David Lade does.
I have a question though. Would you consider yourself inferior to when you started working out? Because obviously you work out.
Yeah.
I would say I feel much better about myself overall, but I gained new insecurities after I started working out that I never once thought I would have.
I understand that I myself have a hard time putting on weight. So when I look at myself in the mirror, I see skinny, I feel skinny. And no matter how big I get or what people tell me on the outside, I always see skinny, feel skinny. Body dysmorphia.
Does that come from like just being skinnier when you were younger?
Growing up, I was the chubby kid in school. And then I got to high school and then I lost a lot of weight. And then after high school, I came out of the closet and was known as a twink. So then I had to put all this weight on. And so it's just been a battle of, I guess, society agreeing with what I look like and trying to overcome any obstacles of being the chubby guy or the twink, you know?
I wouldn't say I'm small. I just don't think I look that crazy good either.
I can agree with that too, because at first glance, people are like, oh, he has big arms. But when you get involved with the fitness space and fitness niche, I feel like we all relate to this. If you're under 200 pounds, you just feel like you're a victim. I'm 170 pounds, so.
We're about the same weight. I'm 178.
Yeah, so.
I've been in this thing for like 23 years. So I started off at 112 pounds and got up to 193 pounds naturally. When I got up to 190, 93 pounds, I felt big, but I don't know if I think negatively about what my body looks like at any stage.
Yes, but it comes and goes. Some days I feel really good and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the man. But then some days I'm like, I'm really not much for how long I've been doing this.
For me, I would say it also comes and goes because even with like certain lighting, like I'll walk past a mirror with good lighting with no pump at all and I'm like, wow, I look freaking awesome right now. And then I'm in bad lighting with a pump and I'm like, okay, I look like shit right now. So even whenever I was initially working out and I was still skinny, I'd have like reverse body dysmorphia where I thought I was bigger than I actually was before I actually gained the muscle. And then once I actually got bigger, I felt smaller. It's weird how that works.
I agree with that. Yeah, I was more confident in myself before I started lifting.
Yeah.
So like to an extent, I do think I have body dysmorphia because like I don't think the normal person looks at me and looks at like somebody that's super skinny, but I still see that in myself.
I'm here.
I feel as humans, we're never satisfied with the way that we look. And I think everyone here can say they agree when you look at a photo of yourself a year ago and you think back to that you a year ago and you didn't think you looked good and you look at the photo and you say, wow, I wish I can get that body back. And at the time you didn't think you looked that good. So I think that it's installed in all of us. We all feel that we can look better or have looked better in the past.
So I think back then, maybe I could say that there was a little bit of body dysmorphia. I think I've come to a little bit more peace where I can't say that I'm unhappy at any point, whether I'm maintaining, whether I'm cutting or I'm bulking.
When someone's like trying to compliment me and they're like, wow, you've lost so much weight, that's the worst thing they can tell me.
Yeah.
Bro, you're looking lean.
Just force-fed myself.
Actually, yeah, when you're on the bulk, it happened to me like 2 weeks ago too, actually. I was at the gym and I was like, I was feeling good. I just gained, 15 pounds, 20 pounds. And it's like, oh, are you shredding? And I'm like, I was shredded for 3 years. Like, no, I just put on a bunch of weight. That means I'm looking small right now.
Or when you tell them you're bulking, they're like, oh, nice, you're dirty bulking?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I would say social media in general triggers it for me. That's all that's on it. You know, I really don't like follow celebrities, so like it's only fitness people. The general person would probably think I'm a like 8 or 9 out of 10. I would say like I'm a 5 or 6.
So the average person would think that I have a solid physique, but in my head, I don't ever see that.
I struggle with it. Every day I get up, I annoy the shit out of my girlfriend. Babe, am I looking big today? Dude.
Everyone else, the general public, the 99% of the world who isn't lifting and in the gym every day, is probably going to think like, you look great. What more do you need to do? Like, why are you pushing yourself so hard? I don't necessarily know, but I do think anytime someone compliments me, I'm like, oh, I've been bigger, and oh, I've been way more lean.
The general public definitely sees me as fit, you know, nice arms, nice shoulders, six-pack. I don't see that in myself. I look in the mirror and I see a little bit of excess fat. And so I've always, my entire life, struggled with that.
You know, my family treats me like I'm like Superman or something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, which feels good. But then like myself, I agree with you. I just see all the flaws, like all the places I'm lacking. My legs are too small. I just see the weaknesses when the outside person probably thinks that I look pretty decent.
And then I'm thinking, are you just trying to be nice?
Yeah.
You're my mom. Of course you're going to say that.
In this conversation, I feel like some guys do feel like they have a body dysmorphia.
I mean, yeah. I feel like you're definitely the most healthy about it in terms of your perspective.
Right.
So you'd probably be on the like least side.
I would
or
agree with that.
Close to it, at least.
Anybody else?
I think is this the most or the least?
That's the most.
I would be.
I would say I'm probably, I was going to say I'm going to be up here somewhere.
I'm in the middle.
Somewhere in this area.
I don't know. I think if we would have done this maybe a year ago, I'd definitely be on like the far end of this side. But like I've been able to separate my worth from like my body over the last year, so like definitely less.
It's like I've been working on that, but how do you get away from that, man? It's like I try to separate my self-worth in this. Like I know people support me for like my personality and stuff.
That's
and
true.
I wish I could just like change my genetic structure and like go back in time and have my dad.
Yeah, it's just me.
do a different woman. Yeah.
He keeps us in the gym, though.
That's
Yeah,
true,
right,
that's
that's
true.
Hold on.
Oh my
Can I
gosh.
just point out that you guys both have probably six packs? I know you said you mentioned it. It's like, I don't. I'm just putting it out there. I'm like, you guys are on the far end of the line.
The bigger you are, like, you know, the worse you're gonna feel.
It's just the more flaws that you see and
Yeah, that's
things
true.
are constantly off.
So yeah, where do you feel you stand?
When I first started working out, doing competitions, I for sure had the most body dysmorphia. Nitpicking were my abs. I know I don't look the best. As I know what I need to look like. You know what I mean? As we get older, I'm in the mirror 24/7 looking at myself. I'd probably switch with you to be
Okay,
honest, bro.
yeah, absolutely, bro.
Starting your day off can definitely make it like that. Hey, us three right here. Most body is more fit.
Do you feel like your body dysmorphia?
I feel like I'm like 50-50. It's not like too bad, but it's not like good either.
Yeah.
Like, I would say I'm more in the middle.
Right.
But you know, like seems like you have a good place in the middle too. So maybe we'll just
Yeah, I think
Go
yeah, I was
inside,
gonna
you
say
know?
you and
Yeah.
have a very similar mindset on it.
yeah.
Happy with this order for right now?
I'm cool.
Yeah.
with
Say
that.
so.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
Until
happy
we take
about
off our
it,
shirts.
I won't be doing that.
We're here because we're not happy
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
I might get a little spiritual, but like God for sure. Looking at my validation through Him and not necessarily through my own body. Having to look to outside sources for validation is like not necessarily a good thing. So finding like your self-worth within yourself is like extremely important to me.
I definitely think having that self-inner worth is definitely the most valuable, and practicing mindfulness helps a lot with that too. Like waking up and I go get sunlight, I go walk outside, I practice mindfulness. I just let my thoughts run by for 5 minutes and observe those thoughts.
Right.
That helps me a lot.
That's great. That's something I try to do on a day-to-day basis is how you did affirmations to myself. That really grounds me because this world we live in, man, could be really crazy, but it is a beautiful place we're at. So
I would say prayer in general, and keeping up my consistency helps with pushing the body dysmorphia to the back of my head. Like knowing that like I can be in control of what happens and basically taking action.
I just started smoking weed. I'm happy for your journey. Your journey's great. Your journey's great. I, on the other hand, it also helped with my appetite. So,
right. This is,
yeah, and when I smoke weed, I'm like, fuck the world. I don't care what you think. I'm good.
I don't think I've ever done anything to like quote unquote cope, but I do think reframing my goal of like being more health conscious about my fitness journey as opposed to being it strictly about vanity. I think half the time people are not honest with themselves, and that's why they're in the gym. Like it is to look good, it's not for health. And like probably after 34, 35, I kind of decided, hey, if I'm gonna do this till I'm 50, 60, 70 years old, like I need to be more health conscious about it.
I think me and you are probably still the same. Yeah.
Maybe by the end of today, we'll be somewhere over there.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, we'll help you out. Yeah. For me, it was like growing up super skinny. I was like the skinny skater kid at my school. I was bullied quite a bit for just being like short and skinny. That's not a great combo.
I relate to that extremely heavily, especially, I know you can probably relate with the little wrist joke they would always
Oh
make.
yeah.
Oh,
Your wrists are so small.
yeah, they're so tiny,
Yeah.
tiny. Yeah. That coupled with watching other people on fitness YouTube like David Lade grow up skinny and then from there have an absurd transformation. That is where I started working out, but that's also what caused the body dysmorphia long term. So it was inspirational in the moment before I realized my genetic differences to David Lade.
Right.
So
Yeah.
For me, I would say growing up around people with way better physiques than me. Because I played sports growing up, played with guys way taller than me, way more muscle than me. So like, yeah, I would say that's what stemmed it.
Yeah, I'd say it's Hulk Hogan. He was massive, and I was like, a kid, 5, 7 years old or whatever. But I do also remember in 6th grade, there was like 2 kids who had 6-packs in 6th grade, and I'm like, how does that even happen?
Crazy.
I watched a lot of 5-minute ab videos.
The crazy thing is all these guys that you look at and now have body dysmorphia, they probably have body dysmorphia as well.
True.
So that means that there are people who look at us like, wow, these guys look freaking great, not knowing what we are going through in here, just that loop of insecurities.
I caused my own body dysmorphia from doing competitions to getting really lean to bulking up to now where I'm at now.
Can we define body dysmorphia?
Body dysmorphia is a mental illness involving obsessive focus on a perceived flaw in appearance. People with this disorder may frequently examine their appearance in the mirror, constantly compare their appearance with that of others, and avoid social situations or photos.
I agree with some of those things towards the end there, but I wouldn't say I'm like staring at the mirror like every single day, like for multiple hours where I'm just like thinking about what I can do. It's more so just like, yeah, I don't like how I look at times. And I know it's because of my genetics. It's not detrimental to my life to where I'm waking up every single day and it's the first thing that I'm thinking of is like, oh my gosh, I have narrow shoulders. Like it's not like that at all. So
Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't have noticed unless you said that, by the way.
People do
Like,
say
that's
that
what I'm
too.
saying. It's like, it's like, if, and
people say that, but I'm just like, I don't know how you don't see it because it's the first thing that I see every time I look at
know.
myself.
But that's like, again, it's the
Yeah.
body dysmorphia talking.
Those that are not naturally very thin don't understand that we can lose 5 pounds with a freaking stomach virus in like 2 days and look extremely skinny. Lose all the mass that it took you maybe 3 months to gain can be out the window in a weekend.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that.
It takes so long. It really does.
And it goes away so fast.
Yep.
Let me see a spread real quick. Let me just see the arms out. I'll say you got good bicep genetics, like nice long insertions. So, fills out well.
First thing I notice is your massive shoulders. Like you're just wide, bro. You don't look like you don't fit through the door.
Yeah, one of my first things was your triceps.
Same with me, biceps and triceps. Immediately I was like, yeah, this guy's got big arms.
Yeah, when I got here, I was parking and I saw you. I'm like, really? Like you can't?
I appreciate that, guys. When you say shoulders, I'm like, that's what I'm like trying to focus on is my shoulders and legs right now for this
they look good
next year.
Let's go for Drew now, and Andrew, if
Nice.
you want to start.
You're very proportionate. I bet you could outrun me and do a lot of athletic activities that I could not.
I appreciate that.
You got a crazy chest. That was like the first thing I noticed was like, bro, definitely chest dominant.
Yeah, I noticed you came in with the big jacket on, but your rear delts were popping them up. This dude lives.
I
Appreciate
like the
it.
proportions overall are good, like chest, back, shoulders, rear delts, everything. Like just
Yeah, you're
proportions
balanced.
overall, you're massive, bro.
Appreciate that.
course,
Appreciate
of
that a
course.
lot.
Yeah, being naturally skinny, you have the thickest body here. So you have the arms, the chest, the thighs. Yeah.
I appreciate all the kind words. Y'all are great.
How
Y'all
do
are
you
good.
feel, Drew?
Yeah, I think like I'm fairly a good size. I wouldn't say I'm all that, but it's nice to hear good compliments from people that go to the gym.
Let's go to Coleman.
Actually, you're way wider than, it's funny you said shoulders, but I'm like, you are wide for your frame. So I can
that.
tell like you have a frame that once you build up the rest of that size, like you're solid.
Appreciate you, bro.
Like, and you got oversized clothes on, so like it's
I wear,
coming
bro.
through. Yeah.
I'll say for me, first thing I noticed is your back because you're wearing an oversized tee. But like, yeah, if your back pokes in an oversized tee, I think you're winning. Like that's a good flex, honestly.
Yeah, your back, the hair, like
that was
little
it.
meatball, baby.
Yeah,
We'll
appreciate
keep it
that,
going.
The first thing that stood out for me was the forearms. Like with the oversized shirt on, I was like, all right, I only see the forearms and they're big, bro.
Thank you, dude.
Of course, of
Appreciate
course.
And I was your age when I first started working out. So I look at you and then I think of myself at 20. And yeah, you're huge. Your back, I can see it from here, your chest.
Thank you, dude.
And you're only 20 years old. You got a whole life ahead of you to get 9 times bigger.
He's swagged out too. I mean, you got the pants,
Thank
your
you,
hair,
bro.
like
You got
you
the fit, man.
got top to bottom.
There you go. Appreciate that. I also, it's funny. Forearms are like one of my like insecurities. I feel like for
Really?
like I got small forearms for the physique, so I appreciate
Nah,
you, bro.
dog.
Let's give it up for Dom.
You're a thick dude, man. Like you got some size on you. So like the hair, you got the beard. I can't grow one still. So like 40 years later.
Good buys and triceps, shoulders too. Honestly, like good side delt action. You're like fairly lean too. So
You look like you compete. Like I, like it. If I front double bi would go crazy. Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
You surprised me whenever you said you were 178 pounds because I thought you were like easily like 190,
Yeah,
195.
200. That's what I get a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, big ass arms.
You guys haven't seen the legs.
We don't need to talk about
We'll
those.
go to Turkey and get some implants. Everybody going for the hair. We're going for our calves, baby.
Don't worry, I need it for the calves too.
But yeah, thanks, guys.
First of all, the Rico Suave, so dope. But yeah, your arms are huge, your shoulders, the mass is enormous.
How you feel?
Oh, they're so kind. They're all just lying to me. No, I'm just kidding. I feel great. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Kaysen.
Cool name. Your triceps were popping. So like as soon as when you walked in, like I couldn't tell if you were flexing them on purpose or if they were just there, but like your arms were bent. So like
you definitely have like aesthetics maxed out. Like, you know, like you have that like physique where it's like, yeah, this is gonna be a good Instagram physique. You know, like yeah, you're solid. So
I think for your like one of your weaknesses being narrow clavicles, you have very wide shoulders. Like your shoulders are super well rounded, and I think
bro.
yeah, dude, your delts are crazy.
I appreciate that.
When you had your shirt on, because you came with the shirt, they just hugged your biceps and triceps, so it was popping.
Appreciate it.
And not just that, but you're tall and you have a long torso, long legs. So it's all very proportionate. And you have a great, you mentioned for Instagram, you have a great physique for modeling, actually. You could like model for fitness. Any catalog, yeah.
Appreciate that.
we haven't seen the abs, but I know you got solid abs.
he got it.
Physique already.
Hey, nah. No comfortable David Late physique.
All right, let's talk about Jordan.
First thing I immediately thought, because we did come and park at the same time when you got out of your car, and I was like, of course, they got way more jack guys in here than when I come in. So like that's literally immediately what I thought, and he's got the fit that was like top to bottom. I was like, you can tell like you're dense and like you look good, man, top to bottom, solid.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would say dope fashion. Definitely good forearm development.
In the modern bodybuilding world, traps are neglected, and you don't look like you neglect your traps. Bro. Yeah, no, those are crazy. Yeah, you guys, they're popping.
Not at all.
Yeah, the whole style, the traps. I know it's a pump cover, so can't see too much right now. But yeah, you got something hiding under there. We're all looking forward to seeing that.
It's clear that you're huge, you know. Obviously, like everyone said with the traps, the forearms, wearing the oversized fit, and everyone still knows that you're jacked. It's very clear that you work out and you work hard.
Thank you.
Of course, of course.
I'm just gonna move it that way. That's how I feel.
Hey, there you go.
Is anyone more confident?
I feel a little bit more
I
confident.
feel more confident too.
Definitely.
I think maybe if anything, like one more notch down this way for me. A little bit more in the middle, but still overall.
Yeah, you can slide in there.
Let's do it.
I don't think I would ever really be, like, at least if we're defining it loosely, body dysmorphia, and maybe admitting that I have that. I've been stronger, I've been smaller, I've been bigger, I've been weaker. I've been through all of it, and I know that that's going to ebb and flow over the next 30, 40 years. I want to progress in all aspects of life, not just fitness.
Yeah, I agree with them for the most part. I don't think anything will take it away. Yeah, just embrace it.
For sure. No, I agree with that. You can always look better, you know?
Yep.
So yeah, I don't think it'll necessarily ever go away. But yeah, I think just like seeking validation in other things besides your physique is definitely a way to like keep it under control.
Then keeping a healthy balance with it too, and not overly obsessing about people or things that you can't change with your genetics. It's very hard to find that balance, especially if you are very obsessed with the gym and you're going multiple times per week, every single week.
I just think for body dysmorphia, for me, I try to use it as a tool now to set a goal, kind of like what we did today, 2 weeks before the call or the DM. I prepped for it, so it gave me something to look forward to. So I set that goal to like hit the Stairmaster a little more, get my diet on point a little bit more.
I think for myself, it's just here, what I tell myself. Not even what I see in the mirror, really. I think it's just about what I tell myself. And if I want to eat the burger, eat the burger. If I want to eat the French fries, you know, just be happy about it. I look good. I work out very hard. And so it's just, in here is all that I need to worry about to keep that in check.
You'll wake up the next morning, you're still gonna go to the gym.
And you look the same.
Exactly. It's not like that one cheeseburger or one cheat meal is gonna make you look different long term. Like it's
Exactly.
gonna be okay.
It's those 9
all mental.
burgers.
Yeah.
Great job, guys, and cut. Cut. Good shit. Yeah, good job.